want to talk?
Yes.
It's a little late, don't you think?
Oh, I hope not. Let's start with what you're thinking.
I'm not thinking. I'm feeling.
What?
I don't know. Maybe something very like what you must have felt when you first found out.
It's a very hollow feeling.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I didn't see any reason to.
I could suggest a reason.
What?
Because it happened. Because it was true.
Carolyn, I didn't want to.
Was it your fault?
Oh, dear, I don't think these things are ever really so one-sided. And I think now, yes, it was partly my fault.
Well, there's one part that I'd like to know about. He's known her for a long time, hasn't he?
Yes.
I guessed that. How long did you know that he was seeing her?
For some time.
Before you filed the divorce papers?
Oh, yes.
Did you try to work it out?
We talked. We talked and talked, but there wasn't anything left.
What do you mean there wasn't anything left?
There just wasn't.
There was our home.
Oh, Carolyn.
Well, you were hurt. I understand that. But why did everything have to go down the drain?
I didn't make this happen.
You filed the divorce papers. I remember that Dad didn't want that.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yes, that's right. I suppose your father could have gone on. He wanted me. He wanted you. And he wanted his mistress.
You still hate him, don't you?
No.
And you want me to hate him, too.
No, I don't. You know that. Why do you think I've kept this all from you?
Why did you? If I didn't know what really went on, maybe then I'd think that he walked out on me, too. Maybe then I'd think that he walked out on the both of us. And then, and only then, would I be hurt enough never to give him the chance to explain himself.
No. Just no.
A moment ago, you said that it was part your fault. When you found out, you walked out on him, didn't you? When he said that he didn't want the divorce, that he wanted to keep the family together, you forced the issue. You made the final split. And you wanted to split Dad and me as well, didn't you?
I know you're upset, and I know, I know what you must be feeling. And I know you don't want to believe that your father rejected you.
He didn't.
No, he didn't.
But you wanted to make it look that way.
No, I just saw no reason for you to be made aware of an illicit relationship he was carrying on.
You wanted to know what I was thinking a moment ago. Well, I'll tell you what I'm thinking now. I think that any relationship my father is having with anyone, illicit or otherwise, is something that you forced him into. Tell me I'm wrong.
It's obvious to me, Carolyn, that I can't tell you anything. Because you hear only what you want to hear.
Well, that's an improvement, isn't it? Before this, I only heard what you wanted me to hear.
Well, maybe I was wrong. I don't know. But I want you to try to understand something. I only was trying to protect you.
Mr. Cord is here to see you.
Stephen, you sounded very serious on the phone.
How are you feeling?
I feel terrible, thank you. Have you seen our new nurse's aide?
You mean Jill Smith?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've seen her.
It was very nice of Dr. Rossi to give her the job, wasn't it?
Susan.
You're still angry with me, aren't you?
No?
Oh, of course you are. I wouldn't cooperate with you and give you your statement.
Please.
You see, you are still angry with me.
Your husband wants a divorce.
Tom wants a divorce? That's interesting. Where is he?
But What difference does it make? He wants a divorce, you get what you want.
Stephen, I have a right to know.
He's here in town.
Why didn't he come to tell me himself?
I don't know, but he did ask me to tell you that there's no hope of any reconciliation.
You know, Stephen, you have a marvelous way of making the unkind sound simply brutal.
I'm sorry.
Who are you defending?
You, if you'll let me. Tom asked me to represent your interests.
Very generous of him.
Well?
Well, of course, I'll give him a divorce.
Good.
On my terms.
Well, that's the idea. A divorce on your terms.
And my terms are to name Jill as correspondent.
Why?
Why? To blacken his name, to blacken her name, to blacken both of their names. I'm going to let the court know exactly what went on behind my back.
What are you talking about? They're not doing anything, and you know it.
But who are they going to believe? The wife of a minister or the mother of an illegitimate child whom the court has just taken away?
Susan, you'd perjure yourself.
Yes, gladly. I'm going to make them squirm and die of embarrassment for what they've done to my life and my marriage.
Now, they've suffered enough.
It's just the beginning.
Not for me. I'm finished. You'll have to do it without me, Mrs. Miller.
Well, I don't need your help. I don't need anybody's help.
Come in. Tom.
I appreciate this.
Sit down. Don't be formal with me. You're here as a friend.
I want to make an official statement.
I don't take depositions. You'll need an attorney for that.
You know what I mean.
The custody hearing is over. I've made my decision.
I know. But I can talk to you. I can explain what happened, or try to. And don't tell me that you can't change your decision. Decisions are reversed all the time.
Oh?
Now, I couldn't attend the hearing. I was in Boston resigning from the ministry.
I heard.
I was the sole cause for Jill Smith leaving our house, for becoming so emotionally upset that she simply was not responsible for just taking off with her child.
This isn't necessary.
Yes, it is. That girl shouldn't be deprived of the custody of her child because of me. I ran after her. I told her about a future I was thinking just for the three of us. Jill, her baby, and me. She didn't have a chance. She shouldn't be held accountable for leaving my house. She never encouraged me, not in the slightest.
I'm glad to hear this.
She rejected me completely.
All right,
No.
Tom.
She was a victim.
There's no need to dredge all of this up.
But I want you to understand.
I do understand.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Naturally, I hope to restore custody of the child to Miss Smith in the future. I'm no ogre. I don't want to see mother and child separated forever.
But I've been trying to tell you that none of this is her fault.
I appreciate what you went through to come here. But what you said is hardly germane to my decision.
Hardly germane.
Jill Smith's morality was not the issue.
I don't understand. I was the reason she ran off with a baby. The reason she left our home. A home the Child Welfare Bureau thought was an ideal environment. Now, it must have looked like something else to you. As if she'd broken up our home.
Why won't you look at this as a case history based on a human being? Her efforts to convince the Elliott Carsons that she had their missing daughter's baby is incredible. Simply incredible. The act of an unstable person. One incident after another. All of them accumulating until, in my opinion, the health and welfare of that baby is in jeopardy. Tom, if Miss Smith had fled your home and hit the road for any other reason, I still would have withdrawn custody. For whatever it's worth, I respect you enormously for coming here, for telling me this.
see you're working here now.
Yes.
Well, I guess it was just a matter of time before you popped in.
I walked by that door a dozen times.
Just to see how the Witch of the North was getting along. Well, here I am in all my glory, casting spells. Spell.
We lived in the same house.
That you did?
We ate at the same table.
I'm democratic.
I sat on the edge of your bed and we talked to each other like friends. We talked about everything.
Mostly my husband.
About life and men and women and babies. The whole thing. Like friends.
Go away, friend.
Mr. Cord told me what you're going to do. The lies you're going to tell.
Good for Mr. Cord.
Why bother, Mrs. Winter? They've taken my baby away. There's no way they can hurt me anymore. So what's the point?
Joe, please get out. Get out.
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Betty, if my body doesn't come back all the way, you and I are going to have to decide where we go from there. I don't think I could handle an arrangement.
What'd you do to Jill? Where'd you take her? It was the whole scene, wasn't it? Right?